Hey everyone, Extreme Gamer 5000 here, and I recently got an iPod 5. I've been using this iPod 5 to take notes on videos I need, and things like that, playing games, obviously, but helping with my videos, I use the Notes app to take notes. And this is part 2 of Xbox One versus PlayStation 4. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up my Notes app, and let's get started. So this is part 2 of round 1. A lot of things that I forgot in the first one, a lot of things I didn't even know were in the first one because, well, I must not have been paying very much attention to the conferences because there was a lot of things that I had missed and stuff. And I didn't watch the entire PS4 conference. In fact, I didn't really say anything about the PS4 in the last episode. So we're going to start off by saying things that I forgot or didn't know about the Xbox One, and then we're going to go on to the PS4 stuff. Well, the Xbox One does not have backwards capability, meaning that any Xbox game or Xbox 360 game cannot be played on the Xbox One. I don't know how they're going to fix this problem. I don't know if there already is a solution that I don't know about that they're saying. Maybe there's going to be a virtual console type thing like Nintendo. I don't know how exactly this is going to work, but this is a huge bummer for anyone who was planning on buying an Xbox One. I already mentioned this, but of course there's going to be live TV, and that's pretty cool. Now, the controller. Let's talk a little more about the controller. The controller, as you can see, the Xbox logo has been moved to, well, the top. It's kind of at the top, but I don't really know how all of this is going to fit in. Like, do you press the logo to make it do the things that the Xbox 360 did? Or is it a completely new interface? I don't know. We'll just have to really wait and see how that goes. But besides that, it's pretty much the same, although the Xbox One controller does not have a big bulging battery pack in the back. It is inside the controller, so when you're holding it, it doesn't have a huge battery pack sticking out the back, which honestly has not really been that big of an issue for me, but I'm sure a lot of people, especially people a lot older than me who have like giant hands, you know, it probably causes problems for them. I don't know. I use Control Freak, so my hands are mostly kind of like towards the top because I need the... Yeah, anyway. The voice commands. I'm not too happy about the voice commands. I know there's this thing called Snap. I don't know what Snap does, but let's just say I'm talking to somebody, and all of a sudden the word snap comes up in our conversation, and I'm playing a game, and then something happens. Like, I don't want that to happen. Or what if, like, you know, no technology is perfect. So I'm thinking that maybe, the Kinect will, or the Xbox One will misunderstand you, and it will just be like, no... Like, you said snap, even though you said pineapple. You said snap, didn't you? Yes, you did say snap. And I know I said pineapple. And then it does whatever. And I'm just like, what the heck? You know, I mean, it could misunderstand you. While you're, you know, just having, let's say you're having a party or something. It picks up little sounds and it says whatever the voice command is, like snap or go to live TV or whatever the heck it is. You know, it could happen, you know. This is great. I love this. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, so I shouldn't really get too excited about it. But all I know about it is that there was going to be a built-in capture card in the Xbox One. That is all I know about it, and I am super excited for that. That basically steers me towards the Xbox One direction, like, right away. The fantasy sports thing. you could just say to your Xbox, hey, pull up fantasy, and you will see your fantasy team for different sports, your team, and you get a little notification. It's all kind of like right there, you know. There is, of course, multitasking. When I said that, you know, Xbox go to live TV or games, you know, you can kind of just like switch between those instantly. Multitasking. However, there is some hope for the Xbox 360. They said that for a long time after the Xbox One comes out, they are still going to provide support for developers to continue to make games for the Xbox 360. Kind of like what they did with the Nintendo DS. You know, when they made the Nintendo 3DS, they still come out with games for the Nintendo DS. I'm assuming it's going to be like that, but of course it's not going to have the big next-gen graphics, and I'm sure there won't be as many Xbox 360 games as Xbox One games. You know, there will be, I'm sure it won't be that great, but at least if you're not planning on buying an Xbox One right away, you might be able, you know, you could still look forward to some Xbox 360 games coming along. They didn't exactly give a release date. They basically just said fall 2013. And that's a pretty wide range, you know? It's a pretty wide range. However, there is no price. No price yet. And I think that's smart. I think that's smart that they're not really announcing the price right away. Because I think that might, you know, because the PS4 didn't, they didn't show a price. I think it's a good idea to wait to see what the other one is doing, so they don't beat you in price. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope they, you know, I hope that they're the same price, because they, you know, both are very good in different ways, and yeah. So now we're going to go on some PS4 news. First of all, we're going to talk about the DualShock 4. It's the new controller for the PlayStation 4. And, well, first of all, what I would like to talk about, well, first let's talk about all the basics. They still have all the analog sticks and all that kind of stuff. But, basically, they took it and they added things. The first thing I want to talk about is they added a share button. A lot of people are comparing this to the Xbox One's capture card. Basically, the share button is at any time while you're playing, you press the share button, and you could pick a time to go back to. Like, say you want to record, you want to share the last 60 seconds of you playing a game in case you like got an awesome kill in Call of Duty or something. You know, you could share it. I don't know what to. I don't know if you could upload it directly to YouTube. If you could upload it to Facebook, I'm assuming will be an option, or Twitter, or whatever else supports videos. Yeah. They also have a touchpad on it. This is not a touch screen. I believe I said in my last video of Xbox One versus PS4. A touchpad is basically like it's kind of like the PS Vita. The PS Vita has the touchscreen at the front, and it has a touchpad at the back. The touchpad is not a screen, but it's something that senses touching still, and it does stuff on the screen. That's as much. I don't know how else to explain it, really. Another thing that a lot of people are kind of pissed about is that there's a sensor bar. I'm assuming the sensor bar is going to be for the PlayStation Move, but come on, who cares about the PlayStation Move? Nobody uses it. If you want a motion game, go over to the Wii, or even use Kinect for all I care. Who cares about PlayStation Move? Anyway, there is a light bar. Basically, a light bar is a way of, they said in the conference that it is a friendlier way to identify players. Because you know when you were littler, like I know I was, and you would go over to your friend's house, and you would basically make a rule about like who gets the, be player one. Like I remember there was this guy Max who used to live a couple houses down from me. Basically, if he came over to my house, I got to be first player, and then if I went over to his, he got to be first player. I went over to his house a lot because he had just so many awesome games. Anyway, I don't think that the light bar totally fixes this issue. Like, let's say that player 1 is blue and then player 2 is red. Like the light bar at the black glows a color. If blue represents player 1, everyone's going to want to be the blue player, because the blue player is going to have the most power over the, let's say, red, green, and yellow, or whatever colors they decide to put into it. Yeah, that's about it. That's the light bar. I don't know. I don't think it really does much. I think it was an interesting idea. It was a cool idea, but I don't think it's really going to fix any issues that, any issues like that. Now let's talk about the specs. I don't really remember the specs. All I know is it has some kind of like cool PC thing. I don't know. The specs will be right here in the space to my left, but it's probably the right, I think, on your screen, because I think it flips the video. I don't know. Anyway, there's a power button on the controller. Yeah, so it's kind of like what the Xbox has, but they're putting it on PlayStation. Interesting. I guess Sony's just continuing the tradition that they have of copying off of Microsoft. No boot up. I love that. I guess it boots up the first time you turn it on, but if you are in the middle of playing a game and you shut it off and then you come back, so you come back later and you turn the console back on, it'll be right where you left off. It's great. It's just so cool. It's just awesome. I don't know how else. I don't know. Destiny. They're getting Destiny. I want to play Destiny. Like, that game is great. Like, I think that's going to be like the greatest game ever when it comes out. And you know how a lot of people that get PS3, their only regret really is about Halo? I think this might be my only regret with the Xbox, but I can't give up Halo. Even though Destiny looks like it's going to be like the greatest game ever, I can't give up Halo. So I think I'm going to be sticking with the Xbox One, but we'll see how the rest of this all plays out. Oh guys, one thing I forgot to talk about with the controller is that there's a headphone jack at the bottom. Again, just like Microsoft, just saying. They are saying that it's going to be released around about holiday 2013. That's really all they said about that. They did not show a price, as I mentioned before, and they didn't even show the console. We have no idea what the console looks like. I really hope they show it at E3, which is coming up. I don't know when it is. But yeah, that's about it for this video. But first, I would like your opinion on something. This is an E3 2013 app that I believe is optimized for the iPod 5, as you can see, or iPhone 5. Also, I don't know what this does. I think it's just if you're going to E3, it helps you, find your way around and things, but I hope it kind of shows information about the things that they announce. Like, if they announce something, I hope that it'll be in this app. I don't know. Tell me what this app is about, because I don't know. All I know is that I can show you where you are and stuff in E3 and tell you where things are. I really hope it has, like, things, because this could be my E3 coverage. Also, if it isn't, tell me where I could get E3 coverage from so I can report it to you in one of these videos. I'll be reporting about the Xbox One and the PS4, Anyway, that is about it for this video. I am going to go record a crap load of SimCity and Extreme Park videos, so bye.